you guys, Ariel Rose here with sovereigntyrising.com, ready to show you how to tap down a certain belief that comes up quite a bit when people first start out EFT. And that is the belief that they just can't heal, that they have been living with whatever they're living with their entire life. I would love to help you move forward on your healing journey by just tapping on the belief that it just has been that way forever, and so you're never going to get rid of it. So for those of you that have tapped with me before, either in person or through the other videos, and you've already seen my intro video, either with the college student or the basics to EFT, that explains to you why we do the things that we do, how we do them. So basically, we do focus on the negative. If you want to understand more about that, go watch those videos. And it is very important that you do tap along with me because we're bringing up the negative. We don't want to reinforce the negative. We're bringing it up to tap it away. So join in with me now. And if you're not able to start tapping now, I encourage you to pause or download the video and come back to it at another time when you're able to fully engage with it. So if we can just start with putting your hand on your heart and take a nice, long, slow, deep breath. Exhale, nice and slow. One more nice, long, slow, deep breath with a nice, long, slow exhale. And what we want to do is think about what it is that you've always had. I've always been this way. What belief is that tied to? I've always been grumpy. I've always been tired. I've always been lazy. I've always been depressed. Whatever it is, if you can just go ahead and think about that. And then on a scale of 0 to 10, rate that for your own knowledge. How deep is that? How intense is that? And we're just going to start. So I'm just going to throw things out there. They're not going to apply to everybody, but if you want to just tap along and take what resonates, fill in with your own, and we'll see if we can soften some of those beliefs so that you can get to freer, softer living experience. Okay, so we'll just start here. So even though I'm never going to heal, I still deeply love and completely accept myself. Even though it's just not possible for me to heal, I've always been this way. I still would like to feel peace. I deserve to feel peace. And I deeply love and completely accept myself. Top of the head. But I'm never going to heal. I have too much trauma. I've always been this way. It's probably brain chemistry. I've always been this way. I'm not going to be able to shift it. I've seen it in other family members. It's just the way that I am. I can't heal. It's never going to feel softer. It's just not possible. I've been this way my whole life. I'm never going to heal. It's just not possible. I've always been this way. I'm never going to feel peace. Sure, I'll get a little better, but there's some things I'm just going to have to carry my whole life. There's no such thing as miracles. There's some things that just can't change. I'm going to have to carry this forever. This burden. It's just part of who I am. It's just the way that I am. Oh, I'm always going to be this way. I'm always going to be this way. This is how my family members are. It's hereditary, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way that I am. I'd like to let go of it. I am tired of it. I'm sick of carrying this with me. I'm sick of carrying these burdens. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm ready to set it down. I wonder what would happen, though, if I set it down. Would I be totally different? Would I get rejected from my family or my friends? Would I have to learn new ways? I'm pretty comfortable with this belief. I'm pretty comfortable being the way that I am. This is the way I've always been. I don't want to betray my family. I don't want to betray my backstory. If I change, it's disrespectful. Disrespectful to my ancestors, disrespectful to where I come from. I don't want to be disrespectful. So I'm going to stay this way. I'm going to stay unhealed. I'm going to carry this burden because that's the right thing to do. If I want to be a good person, I have to carry this burden. I have to stay unhealed. If I want to be a good person, it's not okay for me to change. I wonder if it's possible, though, for me to soften a little bit, for me to feel a little bit more peace and a little more connection to healing without some big dramatic change. Like if some of this fear or grief or frustration that's been with me my whole life, if it just disappeared, I wonder if I can still navigate my relationships, my life. I wonder if it's possible for me to continue in relationship to the people I love and heal. I don't know how that's going to happen. It might take a miracle. And I'm afraid of losing everything. But still, I would like to feel more peaceful. So I wonder if there's a way that instead of feeling like it has to be dramatic, it can be soft instead. Like maybe I can just notice a little more beauty or a slightly deeper breath or maybe just a little more grounded into my heart. Or maybe I just have a few less negative thoughts. No one has to know if that's what's happening. I could keep that to myself. And if needed, maybe I can pretend for certain people like I'm still carrying the same burdens, just to make sure nobody's uncomfortable. I don't know if I'll have to do that, but I sure would like to feel more peace. And I'm open and curious about how that might look, about what I might need to do in order to bring that forward. I don't have all the answers today, and I don't know if I'll even get them this week, but I can stay open to gaining insight and clarity about how I can step forward towards more peace, towards more joy, towards more connection. And I'm open to that. Okay, so take a nice, long, slow, deep breath, followed by a long, slow exhale. And you can think about whatever it is that's holding you back. On a scale of 0 to 10, you can notice if that's changed at all. And if anything came up, some clarity, something, another layer that needs to be tapped on, that's very common. Most common is that it leads to a few layers. There's different layers that need to be tapped on. So you can use this video, play it through a few times, just inserting whatever it is that's forward for you. You can reach out to me. I do have affordable introductory offers, and I would love to support you. There is, when you work individually, we can definitely tailor it to you so it can be a much deeper, richer experience. But there's a lot you can do on your own. So play this video through a few times to tap down more layers. And if you get to something that you need a little support on, reach out. I'd love to support you. Otherwise, you can drop comments or questions, things you'd like to see in future videos. And yeah, have a beautiful rest of your day, week, and I look forward to tapping with you again. Okay.